TJ, a lot of motivation coming into these practices after the finish last year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the focus is always the focus for us. So we're just looking to get better day by day.
How'd you feel like it went today overall?
Today we had a lot of energy. I mean, a lot of execution stuff we could work on. I mean, it's what you expect from the first day, but I feel like starting with a lot of energy is going to be the first step, and then moving on from there forward would be the best for us at this time.
What was different today than, and I know it's only one day, but with Coach Powers in DC rather than Coach Roberts?
I mean, all respect Coach Robert. He was a great coach. But Coach Powers really brings a lot of energy to the way he coaches, and he holds us to a really high standard with our own energy. I mean, it's about the technique with him, but like he expects us to bring more energy than technique on most days because, you know, technique you coach, energy you can't.
You guys have some spots to fill on the D line. Do you feel like the experience and depth is going to be pretty good?
Yeah, we're missing Apu and Jackson Player and everybody, but I feel like they did really good recruiting, you know, with Jarrell. So I feel like we'll end up being exactly where we left off by the time season starts rolling around.
TJ, was there any decision for you, or were you pretty set on coming back? What was that process like?
It was a little bit of a process, but you know, after praying, you know, talking to God, talking to my family, talking to coaches, we all felt like it was the best decision for me to come back and go ahead and try to get another year under my belt, get some more experience.
What kind of goals do you have for this coming year?
Well, my first goal is to step up in my leadership, be there for my team more than myself, and you know, just to thrive in everything that I do and we do as a team.
When you look back at last year, not having the type of results that you necessarily wanted, what do you believe you guys should work on? What's the goal now to improve upon last year's results? Where do you see that missing piece, so to speak?
So I feel like last year we were missing a lot of commitment, and we had a lot of young guys, a lot of childish stuff was going around. I feel like this year it's a lot more mature. Like we got a lot of more older guys in the locker room, people that have actually been in situations last year, so now they understand, learn for those situations. So I feel like everybody with that experience under their belt, it'll be better for us.
Does Powers seem any different than you remember him from before?
No, not at all. It's the same man. He comes in, the energy, the coaching. He's just as ready to coach as we are to practice every day, just as ready to get better, same as we are every day.
TJ, was there some sort of relief? You know, Ron unfortunately goes and there's circles, you know, who's going to take the job? It's someone that you guys are familiar with at least?
Oh, yeah, we were definitely all excited when we heard it was going to be Coach Powell, just because in the past we knew who he was as a coach and as a person, so we knew he was going to bring a lot of energy.
TJ, even being in your fifth year now, I mean, do you still get just as juiced up for these first days, that kind of thing?
Yes and no. You know, I'm looking forward to it definitely, but you know, it's taking a toll on me a little bit. You know, just I wouldn't say it's taking a toll. It's kind of like nostalgia. It's a sorrow moment for me because I know it's my last one eligibility wise. But you know, I'm ready to go ahead and get rolling because the season's right around the corner.
And how much are you wearing that leadership patch on your sleeve this year? You know, for some of those younger guys.
Well, I kind of have no choice. I'm one of the older guys on the team this year, so I'm holding myself to a higher standard than I'm holding them to, and then I'm going to ask them and try to bring them along with me to get to that same standard.
Going back to you saying that this is your last first, spring practice, what do you think you have to prove into this year?
Just prove that, you know, I'm not one of those guys with just talent or one of those guys that could have done this and that. I'm trying to go ahead and reach those goals that I have for myself, everybody else set out for me.
Have you checked in with any former teammates who are about to go through the pro day on Monday about their process and how that's been going for them so far?
Yeah, I've checked in with most of them. I've checked in with Chidi, Jackson, Apu. Cole's not playing anymore, so sadly he was working with the strength staff. It was pretty fun. But yeah, I've been talking to all of them pretty much on a weekly basis.
Kind of touched on it, you mentioned Jarrell. What's it like? I mean, it was a loaded room last year. You guys had so much experience. What's it like to look right and left and not really have that familiarity?
Yeah, it's definitely different. I mean, first day going in there and not seeing all those older guys in there, it was a shell shock to me because, you know, at that point I knew that like I was gonna have to be that guy to fill in that older guy role, fill in that leadership role for the D line. So I mean, it's all work. Just got to keep trying to do the best I can for everybody.
Well, Bryson, you got Coach Pallage over you guys now. What's that like? And what do you like about him?
One, just the morale and everything with the team. So being a guy, like, he was already here before. Most of us know what to expect and know that he's going to bring that juice and going to bring that energy and kind of rally us as a unit and as troops. So everybody in the locker room is behind him and they're willing to go out there and fight for him. So you get that energy off the bat and you know what you're getting with him. So I'm very very excited about what's going to happen this spring for us as a defense and what he has in front of us and in store for us as a unit.
Now, are you at a new spot position, or where are you at now?
Yes, so I'm currently playing star right now, so that's a new position. It's a lot like Sam when I first came in years back, but something I'm used to. And just like I said, like I've always wanted to kind of be in a position where I can help the team the most. And so just being there, I'm grateful for Coach Aranda and them letting me play that position, and Coach Pallage allowing me to go out there and compete at it. So we're going to see how it goes.
What's the biggest change at that position that you're having to learn?
Just coverage adjustments, and communicating with the safeties and the corners, and letting the linebackers know what's happening. So usually when I was playing before, I was up front and communicating with the D linemen and the linebackers behind me, and a lot of it was pass rushing and stuff like that. So now I get to add a different twist to it and come from a coverage standpoint. Yes.
Can you take us into that conversation regarding the position change? How did that just sort of come about? Was that something you thought about? Was it when Pallage arrived? How did that sort of unfold?
I've always thought I'd be good at that position. So I just asked, and, they've always, trusted in me and my ability to go compete. So what better opportunity than now in the spring to go out there and compete at it and show, to see if I can play it and be really good at it. So the conversation was just seeing where my strengths were at and seeing how I can get better on those strengths.
So who coaches that position? Is that Caleb or Christian?
Coach Pallage is with the safeties.
Coach Pallage.
Yes.
Bryson, is there a certain motto that you guys are bringing into spring football?
So our culture is pound the rock, and that's, nothing matters. Well, everything matters, but we've got to go out there every day and putting our foot forward to get better. And we have to attack everything as far as the classroom, being better people outside of the facility, and bringing our group with us. So using shared commitment and just playing together and playing hard, playing fast, and being what Baylor is supposed to be.
Bryson, TJ talked about how the energy was today, kind of feeling those first practice kind of boosts that everybody comes in with. What was the mood for you guys today?
Just high energy, man. I think everybody's excited with the work that we put in the offseason. So once the weights, taken from what we did there, it was just everybody's just like fired up about it. Like, man, hey, we finally get to put the pads on. We finally get to go out there and, some guys got stronger, some guys got faster. So going out there and being able to compete at that is a better opportunity. And just seeing the growth in the men that are in the locker room and seeing where they came from the year before or how they are at their age now, and then seeing what they are now going into spring ball is pretty exciting. And so everybody's fired up. And I think the momentum going into spring is so far good today. And we're just looking forward to carrying that on throughout the spring season.
Now that you've had a little bit of time to reflect on last year, was there a certain point where you saw there was a shift where you guys go on that losing streak? Is there something that you've been able to pinpoint where things kind of went wrong?
It's just about pounding the rock, man. So every day, you gotta come in and you gotta be focused, and you gotta take all the distractions out and focus on getting better and focus on being there for each other. And I think that's something that we definitely can improve on as a team. And I think that we definitely have improved on it since then. And that's been the whole interaction with this offseason, is just getting better as a unit and redefining our culture, and defining and redefining about what pound the rock means, what shared commitment means, what fighting with adversity and having each other's back means. So that's important, and we got the mature guys in the room to do it. Yeah.
Bryson, for you, was it a matter of not wanting to end on that note, or was it maybe more just trying to get the most out of an extra year, that kind of thing?
I have an opportunity, and God blessed me with it, but I love the game, and I love what Coach Aranda is doing here. I love this program. I love the guys in the locker room. So if I got an opportunity, I wouldn't change that for the world, and I would definitely come back with no better program to do it than here.
Drake, I guess first thing, how are you doing physically? Are you all the way back, or how are you doing there?
Yeah, I'm doing great physically. I'm officially 100% back, so it's been a long journey getting there, but it definitely felt good to be out there again.
How disappointing was that? Because you're having a good year.
Yeah, it was pretty disappointing. Just I felt like I was just getting better each week, and then for that to happen was pretty devastating. But I mean, just continuing to pray and just do what I need to do, and I'm thankful to have a great training staff who just guided me through the whole process and got me back to where I need to be, so I can be out here today with my teammates.
As Ben goes through pro day next week and getting ready for the draft, have you been able to pick his brain about being the leader in the room this year?
Yeah, me and Ben have actually talked a lot just about me stepping up, what he did, what he felt like he could have did, and then just talking about what he's doing, the draft process, how the team's looking now. So yeah, I've been able to connect with Ben a couple times.
Do you feel like that helps, or how much does it help to have someone you're close with be able to walk you through what you need to do?
It helps a lot. I mean, for me, I've been able to kind of sit back and kind of see other guys go through it, especially him, being behind him, and being able to work with Ben. And I just kind of, once he left, now it's just an easy transition for me to step up and be the leader that I need to be. So,
Any first impressions of Sawyer?
Sawyer's great. I think he's definitely stepping up as a leader. I think he'll definitely push the rest of the quarterback room. I think they all will, but yeah, he's definitely doing great.
Is he a pretty vocal guy?
Yes, he is. He is. He's not afraid to talk. I mean, from day one he came in here just talking to all the guys, being loud, being vocal, stepping up, just doing what he can to make an impact and just kind of gain our trust. So, yeah.
Drake, I know they brought in one, the transfer maybe, and then some freshmen, but are you expecting to be kind of the guy in that tight end room?
I mean, yeah, that would be my goal. I think everyone is, and I mean, that's what makes it special, the competition. I mean, we're all looking to push each other and make each other better, and it's good that we have numbers now. We can do more things on the field with more tight ends. So, yeah, I think it definitely makes everyone better.
How do you think the games last year where you kind of broke out in that stretch there before the injury, how did that kind of prepare you for this moment right now, kind of stepping into a big role?
I think it just gave me the confidence, just knowing that I can do it at a high level, and just going into this spring ball, like knowing that our team is going to need me to step up and that you are capable of going out there, making plays and being the guy. That just gives me the confidence to play free, but also be able to bring guys along and just impact others. Yeah.
After going through an injury like that, how does your perspective change when you take the field each time?
Definitely don't not take it for granted. I mean, being out, that first week when I just had surgery, watching the guys play OU on TV, just me and my parents in the room was definitely one of the toughest experiences, just like not being able to be out there, knowing that I was on the incline and just kind of going through that. But definitely makes me a lot more grateful if I wasn't already before, but for sure now.
Was it your ACL?
No, it was my fibula. So I broke my fibula and then had like a little ankle sprain or whatever. So they got a surgery with like a plate, probably like 5-6 inches long or something like that, tie it over on my ankle, all that good stuff. But it's definitely, it was a painful process, but I mean, getting back, I'm just glad to be back right now.
Speed come back? I mean, are you feeling as fast as always?
Yeah, I am actually. I mean, it was a grind, just going through workouts and stuff, just not feeling all the way right, and it can get frustrating just knowing that you're still not there yet, but you're trying to keep up with the other guys. But I think just going out there each and every day, just getting used to it, being back on my feet again, I think I'm definitely back where I should be, if not stronger. So.
How long have you been to that point, you feel like?
I'd probably a couple weeks now. I mean, the first week of workouts was rough, just kind of getting myself back in the swing of things. But after that, really, I say getting in shape was the hardest part, just being back out there with the guys. But I think as the weeks went on, I've just gotten more comfortable. And yeah.
Drake, what can you say about Blake and then kind of meeting Sawyer and learning about him a little bit more?
I think Blake is a great leader. He's definitely stepped up, and I think him and Sawyer are going to continue to push each other. All the quarterbacks, even RJ, I think they'll all do a good job of pushing each other and making each other better, and making everyone on the team better. And it's definitely nice to have numbers and just seeing all them compete and be leaders on this offense and this team.
It's good to see you guys. It's good to see everybody again. I thought a lot of energy and excitement going into today. I know guys were itching to kind of get into football and everything, we spent so much time just in the weight room and team development, character development, and all that. And so I think it was on everyone's mind is when the ball is going to start up. And so there's a bit of a lead in with football school prior to this, and some meetings and things, and some work with coaches and players. But they've been itching for this. The goals for spring for us is going to be, number one, to play hard. And, that's an individual thing. It starts that way. And, I look at what we put on tape a couple of years ago to what we put on tape last year. And, there's just so much left to be desired from last year. And so to start off the way that we want to end up, it's way important. I thought we were able to do that today. I think the individual effort it takes to play with the type of fanatical effort we want is a decision, and I think guys were all on the same page with it. Then the second thing would be to play together, and I think the transition from, man, you're in the weight room and you're doing all the stuff, and for yourself, a lot of it, right? I'm eating right. Gaining weight, I'm losing weight. You're putting up weight, in the weight room. A lot of times, if you hit your max or if you don't, maybe the strength coach knows it. Maybe the directly, the guy that's right to your left kind of knows it. And outside of that, the rest of the group that's in there, and then there's 3 or 4 other lifting groups, and they don't know about it, And so it can be a positive experience, winner of just lifting and gaining weight and all that, changing your body. And so you transition from that to this, to where, hey, not everyone's getting reps. There's these 11 are getting reps on this play, or those 11 that are getting reps on that play. And then you go from like, hey, man, there's a winner and then there's a loser. And then how do you handle those results? Like, what do you do with them? And I think, you have to have the right mindset for that, so that you can play the next play. And I thought we did that today. We're going to have to do it for the remainder of all of this, because, I think the best of us is yet to be seen, for sure. A lot of unproven dudes, and, we've got to, as coaches, get the most out of them. And so excited for all the beginning of it. We'll see kind of this, this particular week, if we're able to kind of keep this type of energy. I know as coaches, we're going to be pushing for it. Take any questions you guys got.
Dave, what do you see from Sawyer, and why did you decide to bring him in?
Appreciate that. Yes, Sawyer has a great leadership quality. There's something about him, man. Guys are drawn to him. And so he has that leadership quality. And, whether it is drill work, or it's in the weight room, or it's just watching film, guys want to watch film with him. Guys want to go work out and push harder and do better around him, And so he's got that quality. I think he is way eager. His effort is for sure there. And so I think, we're way blessed to have him. I think his best football is way ahead of him. And so, I'm up there getting coffee in the morning early, and he pops out of that little quarterback room at really early hours. And so, he's putting in the work. So excited to see him.
Do you expect that to be a really good competition between him and Blake?
Yeah, I think they're going to both push each other. I think Blake's had a really good spring, and I think, Blake's one where just his confidence has really grown. And so just him in front of the team, him in a huddle, him after a mistake that a teammate makes, there's just such a difference with all that. And it's what you would like it to be. It's the growth that you would want to see. But for us to have it is still good, and we'll see where it goes. But I think for both of them, their aim is the same, and I think their fight's going to improve us.
Dave, with the number of new coaches, do you have to start slower, or was that what football 101 was about, trying to kind of get them acclimated to? I know Matt was here before, but brought in 2 other, I guess.
No, I appreciate it. Yeah, we want to be able to do simple better. I think like those 2 things, like playing hard and playing together. You know, it's easy to say all of that. It's just way, way hard to do. And you think about all the ways that you can get in the way of that. And it's, if you're sitting back and you're trying to think, okay, who's going to be the start in this? Who's going to be the start in that? You can rack your brain right there with some of that, with some of the depth that we've got. And so, the danger there is that coaches want to get in the way and kind of fix and solve it all with plays. And what it really needs to be is the players playing their technique, right? And the players asserting themselves. And so I think to keep stuff simple so that can take place, I think is the first win of spring. And so to continue to do that, and, it's what we need to see is a receiver is pressed, and that dude's got to beat the dude across from him and catch a slant or a glance versus press coverage on 3rd and 5 when it matters a lot. We've got to have a defender through all of our stuff. We show numbers over there, the math's that way. So he's got a one-on-one. We got to get him to where he can, do his primary rush and beat that primary protect. And we need to win that one-on-one. And so to get those things, those aren't plays necessarily. Those are techniques, and that's confidence, and it's a player's game. And so I think the majority of the do simple better is for that.
Is there any difference in bringing in a handful of transfers as you have the past couple of years and bringing in the amount that you have this time? A lot of in and out with the roster, which is today's college football, but is it any more unique because there's more new faces?
Appreciate that. It is different. We do our I talked with some alumni after the practices. I was talking with Tech, and so I hadn't seen him in a while, and was talking about the team. And I want to say we're like 75% sophomore, redshirt freshman, and the veterans a lot of them are the transfers. Those are the older guys. And so I was just telling Tech that I just feel like I'm proud of the effort that the staff has done in identifying those guys, because I think there's a lot of potential team leaders in that group. And you're talking about like how they're attacking school, how they're treating people just through their daily here. And they've been really waiting for the football part to start, to kind of assert themselves and all that. And so I'm excited to see kind of that go. But it is a different feel. I have young guy meetings, and we had to cut it to like, hey, this is the actual just true freshmen, because it would have been too many members of the team, And so I think all of that is a good thing. And I think those are all strengths that as coaches we have to embrace and use, and all of it. And so I'm excited for that. But I think the veterans, the transfers that we got the right ones, and I'm excited about their development.
How big, or what do you want to see out of the offensive line this spring?
I want to be able to see them, when it's a running play, run off the ball, finish blocks. When the running backs on the ground, pick them up, help them back to the line of scrimmage. When it's a pass play, and we got to have this block, I want to see them give great effort to try to get that done. And you want to see like a grit and a toughness. And, I care about this, and this matters a lot to me. And I don't want to let this person next to me down. And I will give my left arm to be able to get this block. You want to see that. And, it's helpful a lot of times when you have young people, because, I think sometimes if you're a vet, you kind of know everything that goes into it. And so sometimes to test the waters and do it all again can be a thing. And when you're young, you don't know how difficult, a lot of times you think it's just straight up, but you don't know that you got to go down before you go up. And so I think they're fully attacking it, which is cool for us.
Has Coach Pallage come back with like different ideas? What has he been like to be around since he's come back?
A lot of energy. I appreciate the question. I think, Pal's a favorite of the group. And so they all, just today, was at the end of practice was talking with Vic Valoria, he's our strength coach, about, hey, what'd you think? What did you see? And he was just saying, man, the defense just had so much energy. And I think that's a direct reflection of Powell, And I think the coaches that we got, I thought Christian Robinson did a great job today, really teaching and motivating and all that. And, I think, we talk about the play hard and the play together. Play hard a lot of times is, decision between you and you. But I think more than that, it's like, hey, I'm going to play hard because I don't want to let the person to my left and right down. I don't want to let my coach down. I don't want to let him down. And then I think the play together is like, there's such a connective part of that where you know your job, right? The person to your left and right's job, and you're all disciplined and you're all detailed out in terms of like, you can count on me. I'm going to do my 111th. And I think it takes someone that knows ball for that, but it also takes someone that knows people. And, two very different things. And so to have a dude that can do both, I'm excited about that.
Dave, after that stretch to end the season last year, was there something that you pinpointed for those struggles? And then is there anything that you take away as a lesson as a coach to apply this year?
No, appreciate that. Yeah, I think I probably was too lenient with guys, and I think I probably tried to help too many guys that I think probably needed, maybe a tougher version of me. I probably gave too many guys chances that were probably taking advantage of me or those chances. And I think, I go back to those times though. It's like, you're trying to, I don't know, man. I struggle sometimes where it's like, I don't know if all the wins from the previous year kind of just makes you think that you can fix all the stuff. I hope that's not the case. I don't know if that is though. But, I think when I go back to it, you're locked in and it's like, dude, I'm trying to help this person. And I'm trying, he's got to get over this or get over this hump or do this or do that. And I think in the midst of that, in the helping of him, the so-called, I guess, helping of him, I think there's the hurting of the team. And, it's a big lesson for me.
Thanks for being open about that.
Yeah.
Thank you all.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.